Alright, what is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMJ is a gamer here. This is the second video of 4 of the gameplay overviews that Ubisoft has released about upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows. The first video I did was actually the most recent in exploration, and when I went through it, there were some things that I saw or read that I didn't really like. For example, the scouts, you can send them in to get stockades full of supplies, but then they're not going to be available for that entire season. But if you want to speed up their process of them returning, you can pay in-game currency. That's kind of some stuff I just don't agree with. But with that being said, the entire article in its view you can find on the website that you see in the video. And that first video, like I said, is the most recent on exploration. Everything else was kind of fine. The more nitty gritty, gripey that I'm gonna get is when we get to the game, the combat. So that being said, let's dive into stealth a little bit because I haven't heard too much about it. So let's get into it. New stealth philosophy. Stealth gameplay in Shadows has been ambitiously overhauled in a few key areas. First, the most obvious change for AC players will be the lack of a companion eagle, allowing you to scout ahead and map out the entire location. In Shadows, players must rely on their main character's own senses and engage enemies in a more tactical, moment-to-moment manner. Now, this is interesting because the eagle scouting ahead has essentially been... It hasn't been a staple since the beginning, but it's been a staple in the RPG series, because before Eagle Vision was just, let me turn this on so I can detect targets and enemies. And now they've kind of overhauled that because they're like, I don't even know if there is some form of Eagle Vision, but I guess we'll see. But all that matters is for the newcomers or the new players where one of the RPG games was their first Assassin's Creed, this one will be different because there's no Eagle Vision. Or there's no eagle to scout out your area. So then we have the observe mechanic, which was also talked about in the previous exploration video. It delivers fast and easy ways to toggle additional information on screen. Observe allows you to identify targets, tag and monitor enemies, highlight lootable stashes, collectibles, and quest objectives. While on a sync point, it also allows for close examination of nearby locations. So this observe mechanic is basically their new version of Eagle Vision, where it can do everything Eagle Vision did beforehand. It is at the core of Shadow's experience. When in doubt, take a pause, observe the world around you, and only then should you decide what your next move should be. I'm assuming this video is going to be them using that mechanic. They had this kind of, in Mirage, in Assassin's Creed Origins, they had the fast pulse that kind of lit up the area for loot, and this kind of combines those features, because in Mirage they also used Eagle Vision for like loot, and now they kind of added this mechanic where you can tag enemies. Now you could do this in Mirage. The easiest way to do it was if you had a throwing knife. When you aimed the throwing knife at people, it would actually tag them, which I thought was a nice little feature. Oh, Eagle Vision is in the game. Okay. Now it has access to the classic Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision, which allows her to highlight the positions of enemies hidden behind walls and other objects and isolate any relevant sounds they make. Eagle Vision is a more dedicated stealth mechanic, encouraging her to slow down and take a moment and better visualize her enemies and relevant gameplay objects. So this is where it gets confusing for me, because you have the observe mechanic, which tags and targets and monitors enemies, and I guess for enemies she can't see around the corner, use Eagle Vision for. That's weird that they kind of... I thought they tagged... Okay, so this allows you to see enemies through walls, and then you can go into the observe mode. Yeah, okay, so you can do the observe mode inside Eagle Vision. Alright. But the observe mode is also for the treasure loot, not through Eagle Vision. So it just looks like Eagle Vision is for spotting enemies at first. and then you use the observe mode to tag them. I don't know why they didn't make that all into one mechanic, to be honest. They say both observe and eagle vision work independently, revealing different sets of information. She can combine both concurrently to reveal, observe, and tag enemies through walls. Very useful habit to have if you don't want to blunder into a room full of samurai waiting for you. Okay, then we go into Shinobi moves. Hiding in the shadows. For the first time in the AC game, hiding in the shadows will make you invisible to enemies. During nighttime, any pocket of shadows become a dynamic hiding spot in which you can progress without being seen. This applies to both interiors and exteriors. The ability to use shadows in this way invites you to carefully study your environment for hiding opportunities and routes, or create them by yourself by destroying lanterns with the Shoryuken. Naoya is a perfectly capable shinobi in broad daylight, but the cover of darkness gives her a remarkable edge over her enemies, especially on higher difficulty settings. Oh, they have higher difficulty settings now. Okay. I know they did Mirage, but Origins didn't have it. I don't think Odyssey had it. Valhalla didn't have it, so... staying low, while Naoya is fast sprinting, attempting to be stealthy in a highly populated environment can be risky. The sound of footsteps will alert guards who will spot you almost instantaneously. In general, standing up increases your visibility, so this is where crouching comes into play. She can move quite slowly in a crouch. The sound of her footsteps considerably reduced. Crouching is also particularly effective indoors, minimizing sound that creak whenever someone steps on them, for example, reducing the chance of bumping into noisy objects. So this is her... Okay. You can definitely tell a difference.
That's enough.
You can you can definitely hear the creaking in the... Yeah, alright. Going prone, to go prone in the series reduces your visibility. Going prone comes with its own set of movements. By pressing the dodge button when in prone, you can roll off to the side, front, or back. Useful maneuver to quickly employ when a guard approaches. Keep an eye under buildings too. You might just find an opening you can crawl under. Say, we've seen this before, where... What would be interesting is if you could take the guard and then roll back into the bushes, but they didn't show that. The Shinobi and the Assassin Arsenal. Okay, so we have a smoke bomb, we have Shinobi bells, we have kunai, and we have the Shoryuken. What's the difference between the kunai? Extremely sharp throwing knives deal a lot of damage, can result one-shot kills when aimed with the precision. The Shoryuken are sharp, starter throwing weapons, momentarily stun enemies. Okay, so the Shoryuken are only used to stun enemies. The kunai actually kill them. Interesting. Very Ghost of Tsushima-esque. So they use a smoke bomb, she hops it down, boom. I still don't understand why RB is assassinate. I really don't. I don't get it. But, you know, that's... Whatever. New ways to hide and kill. She's the smallest assassin to date. She uses that to her advantage. She can squeeze through tiny wall cracks. She can hide inside small storage spaces and boxes in order to get the drop on her enemies. Double assassinations are back. By equipping the Tonto as one of your main weapons and unlocking the dedicated skill, you can eliminate two enemies standing next to each other at once with your hidden blade, whether on the ground or from the air. Well, that's good. That's what we like to hear. Grabbing enemies. While undetected, you can briefly grab and drag enemies in any direction to silently assassinate, or take them down non-lethally. This grab mechanic removes some of the automation we've had in the series before. If you want to assassinate someone from a stalking bush, you have to manually grab them and pull them in, and only then can you dispatch them. Oh, see, I don't like that. I would rather them just automatically do it. It's very interesting that you can take them down non-lethally, though. I wonder what the point of that is. I highly doubt in this game there's a no-kill run. So you can grab your enemy, drag them back to the bush, knock them out, or kill them. That wasn't even in the bushes, though. Okay, well, I guess that is. I don't like that they don't do that automatically anymore. See, the more I find out, the more I'm researching, technically, quote-unquote, the game, the more I just don't... The more I find that I don't like that what they're doing. Enemy tactics. Enemies will respond in ways that will make your life more difficult when you make mistakes. Servants, for example, are a new type of non-lethal enemy that will alert guards upon seeing you. While they can't fight, their ability to call for reinforcements, raise alarm, make them just as threatening as enemies who can. Servants have their own patrol routes, so it's important to keep tabs on them when using Eagle Vision. They will stand out by appearing in orange. Well, can you not? I guess you would. I would hope you'd be able to kill them. When infiltrating heavily guarded positions such as castles and fortresses, different districts exist in their own individual arenas. Should you get caught in one pocket, you can still recover, re-engage, and keep your stealth run. Okay, that is interesting. I do like that. Different districts. Yeah, okay. So if you get caught in one area, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to alert the whole castle. That's nice. If you get detected and are able to disappear... If you get detected and are able to disappear again, enemies will search for you in pairs. One will remain more suspicious going forward. It means tactics such as luring them will only increase their suspicion and thus their ability. See, I don't like that either, because that's another serious staple. Is it's like, oh yeah, Whistle, come on over here, buddy. I don't like that. This can have an impact on your ability to assassinate from a hiding spot. Well, see, here's the thing. If the hidden blade was a one-shot kill, that wouldn't matter. Focus on the samurai. Certain enemy archetypes will present unique challenges for your arsenal. Samurai cannot be assassinated when caught in a smoke bomb. That's stupid. Instead, they will quickly evade the smoky area. This contrasts with the servants who can be assassinated in smoke. Samurai are also more prone to deny assassinations, and they can even slice bushes when searching for you, which removes options. That's so stupid, dude. I don't like that. Every challenge brings new opportunities. Smoke bombs can become an effective tool to disperse samurai if you're looking for a quick escape. Assassination denied. See, I don't like this either. Shadow's progression system, it's important for you to focus on developing your stealth skills and abilities. Enemies will have levels based on their archetype and region, so if you neglect Assassin Hidden Blade upgrades, you may find that stronger enemies can completely deny your assassination attempt. I hate that. They did that same shit in Valhalla, and they did that same... No, that's not Mirage. Mirage, it was if you get caught, certain enemies you could only do damage from behind, which is interesting, but Mirage had the one-shot kill. And I know I praise Origins a lot because it does make sense in the form of the story, but if you are undetected and you have a hidden blade and you go for a kill, there shouldn't be a reason why there's not a weak point from behind where you can kill them with a one-shot kill. This is saying that if you don't upgrade your hidden blade, you probably... It depends on the archetype. I don't like that. Every enemy archetype should have a weakness when you're in stealth. And it shouldn't matter what grade the blade is in, I'm sorry. When approaching a target, a white assassination prompt indicates an instant kill. Yellow means you'll deal some damage, and red signals that the enemy will completely deny your attempt. When it comes to assassinations, progress and context work in the hand. Invest in perks that increase your assassination damage and test things around. A strong enemy may survive a frontal assassination, but may die from a sneaky air assassination. But see, that's what I'm saying. You just said invest in perks that increase in your assassination damage. But see, that's the thing. He says a strong enemy may survive a frontal assassination, which makes sense because that's the way they did it in Mirage, but may die from a sneaky air assassination. So you're saying the weakness is in the back. So if the weakness is in the back, then it shouldn't matter what grade, quote-unquote, your hidden blade is in. Oh. Note that an option in the menu allows you to do insta-kills on all enemies. Okay, now we're cooking. But I'm saying as a base game thing, that's stupid. That shouldn't even be in the game. And what I'm talking about is having to upgrade. I do like that they're pulling a Valhalla where you can instantly turn that on. That's a good thing. Okay, it was yellow. She did a little more than half the damage. He did nothing. But see, that second one, if you had that turned on, it'd be instant. Okay, that's a good thing, because if they didn't add that, there'd be a mod for it. Okay. Stealth and Yasuke. He can be stealthy when equipped with his bow. Using this ranged weapon can Engage enemies from a distance without ever needing to draw your katana. Alright, let's see it. Let's see these bow skills. Okay. Does he not have a hidden blade? I don't know if he does, to be honest. If players are careful and deliberate, Yasuke can slip behind foes and deliver devastating assassination with his melee weapons, including blending stealth with a more direct combat approach. We'll have more on his skills in our next combat deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed this look at some of the stealth features you'll be able to play around with in Shadows. Stay tuned for our next overview when we feature combat. Okay, so basically what we've learned from this is that for some reason they blended two mechanics that basically do the same thing into two separate mechanics, but you can do them in the same. It's weird. Naoe has hidden moves where she can go prone in the grass. She's better in the shadows. Yeah, we know all that. We have an array of items we can use, which is stupid because the samurai is going to run from the smoke anyways. You can do double assassinations. There's a one-hit kill in the menu. You have to grab your enemies and move them to the bushes to hide them. That's kind of stupid. Enemies react differently depending on their threat level, and you can turn on insta one-hit kills. Okay, so that's all we have for this one. The next video should be the combat, which might be a more lengthier video because I hate the way they did Mirage and Odyssey and Valhalla. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.